Alright Wendell, hello, welcome back to Skyrocket Automotive. Last episode in this series, we got this lovely little Mini Clubman that's been owned by the same family since brand new, running for the first time in about 6 years. Come on bud. No way! Which was an amazing feeling, especially after the amount of aggro that we had with the clutch master cylinder. That is the space I have available to work in. Yeah, that was a fun one. Today we're basically buttoning up. This little car has been such a trooper. We're going to run through the few electrical gremlins we've got. We're going to test the whole electrical system and get everything working. We're going to change the wheel nuts for the correct wheel nuts, put the interior back together. It doesn't like idling when it's off the choke, so we need to find out what the problem is there. And then I think we're going to give him a clean, because this paint is really not happy. Van. And then Wendell can go home. Nice one. I like a quick job, because they never happen here. Join us. First things first, I'm going to see if he starts. He's been sitting for a couple of days. Choke's already out. Will he? Sorry, will he? Oh man. Loyal. Just a faithful little friend. Off screen, I just cleaned all the contacts because most of this stuff wasn't working very well. So let's see how we do. All right, so the wipers. Okay, our washer is dead. Yes! He's got his horn working. Come on. There we go, lovely job. Side light check, headlights, and full beam. Okay. Hazards. Yep. What about a fog? Yeah, sure, we're gonna have a fog light. Definitely not. All right, the fog light works as well. Go figure. What the fan motor? I think he just needed a little bit of help after sitting. Right, I've just pushed the choke all the way in. Yeah, see, doesn't like running off choke. I wonder if the jet gets stuck. Let's go and have a look under that bonnet and see. Plobrum the first. Our heater valve leaks. Well, that makes sense. There was one in the box with the parts, so of course, no problem at all. I wonder what's going on with this jet, because that keeps getting really, really snotty. It's returning properly. Right, let's try tweaking the mixture at the carb with the choke off. See where that gets us. Naturally, the mixture screws are dead easy to get to on these. Don't. Ah, exhaust manifold. Holy smokes, that's so hot. Right, I'm gonna try leaning it off a little. Try going a little richer with it. It's a little better, but he's smelling rich. I'm gonna spray around the base flange and see if there's an air leak. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, hold on a second. Shouldn't that be connected to something else? I thought I was going mad. Turns out I'm already there, and I am mad, but I'm also correct. That breather should be plugged. If there's nothing to connect it to, they're normally blanked off. So I don't understand what's gone on there. Must have been a change in the distant past. We're gonna block that for a second, just see if it helps. Got some blanking plugs here. That's already running so much better than it was. I should be able to lean the mixture back off a little now. We still have an air leak. I mean, the good news is we're idling hot, which it wasn't doing before. Oh yeah, that improved things immediately. Yep. before there was no idle at all. As soon as you push that choke knob in, it would stall. So we've already improved things. Let's find out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wendle, please, not again. Come on, come on. Much better. Let's find out. Wow, he revs far more enthusiastically than he did. Right, just gently over the bumps. Good Lord. Good Lord. He's back. Oh my God, this car goes like stink. Oh, he's quick. Positively rapid now, Wendle. Very happy with that. Right, that's a second gear pull from... Okay, I think we might have fixed him. Great stuff. Time to fix that heater valve and look at the electrics. Okay, that was easy. Wendle's carburetor is fine. Let's leave that alone. Let's have a look at our heater valve. I'm really looking forward to the point where this just dumps water everywhere. This is why we put water in him. It's getting hot. 2 screws to disconnect a cable. Ooh, that's really hot. Let's not do that again. Oh, that plate's been put on there backwards. That's what the problem is. I see. Gotcha. Right, out you come. Do not stab me during this procedure. I'll remember your friend. Undo the Jubilee clip, and I need you guys to do me a favour. I'm about to open this up. If you guys could dial 99, and then when you hear, oh my God, dial a third 9. That'd be really handy. Oh, thermostat housing looks like it's leaking too. Oh, we've got weeage. Oh, I knew he'd do a wee. Typical. I'm going to call you Weeing Wendle. No, I'm not. That'd be cruel. That's spicy. We're going to let that cool off and drain simultaneously. Let's walk away from the scalding coolant. Wriggle, gentle. Wriggle, gentle. Nice new valve, nice new gasket, and studs and nuts if we need them, but this all looks pretty happy, to be honest, so unless we have to convert them, I don't know, we'll find out, won't we? So far so good. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I'm not arguing with that, Wendle. You're a little champion, you know that. I've always liked you, bud. Except for that situation with the Clutch Master. I do like this little car. This has been a pleasant little visit. You're an ambassador to, well, you're not an ambassador, you're a Mini. Ambassador's a totally different car. But you're an ambassador for Minis everywhere. Well-behaved little car. Okay. I'm not seeing anything awful in the cooling system, which is good. There's not a lot left of that gasket. Hopefully that'll come off in one. No. But, I should never have doubted you, little guy. All right, there's our old gasket. New gasket, or Gareth Ket, as his mother calls it when it's in trouble. That's nice and squishy, that. Got our nice new heater valve on. I genuinely very seldom have days like today where I'm just putting parts on and they're just going. Right, will it blend? That is the question. Yes, it will. I'm gonna leave the customer with a set of nuts and studs and spring washers and all that stuff, because we don't need to change them, and that might come in handy for them. So we're going to do the right thing, and we're going to not change the studs and nuts, because they might be needed elsewhere on the car at some point, and that customer is going to be very pleased that I did that. I'll walk it down until the old hand torque wrench feels like it's at spec. Click, there we go, and click. Alvin went home on Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Let me know if you did. It was quite an emotional one for me. Oh! The heater control on this is very clever. It's basically just a choke cable. They just repurposed the choke cable, which is, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by that. Don't know if I've showed you guys this trick before. If you just want to tighten something up without reefing on it, but it's a hex head, just get a socket, get a 1/4 inch drive socket, get yourself one of these flathead screwdrivers that's got the shoulders on it, and it will engage, and it just allows you to do this up like a standard nut driver, so you haven't got to go mental. Right, I'm going to go in there, pull on the heater cable. That looks like full travel to me. Yep, it can't go any further, and push it back out. Can't come back that way any further. So now we'll just top off the cooling system. Again, because we don't know what the leak situation's going to be like, we'll go for water. Oh, we've maybe lost a Coke can's worth of coolant. I ain't sweating that, being honest with you. He's a much better starter now, isn't he? Pull the heater to full. Cool, let's go and check our vents. Okay, the fan's on. We're set to car. Uh-oh. Oh no, his vents are seized. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, they're a bit asthmatic, but they work. Okay, might go ahead and leave those. Very much like when I write an email, it's more a suggestion of warmth than an outright declaration of it. Well, okay, yep. Got to be one of the only minis in the country with a working heater. That's really warm. Very good. Heater fixed, and he runs great. I'll level with you. I'm kind of at an impasse right now. I'll be honest. This car has gone so well and has been so well behaved. I'm running out of list, and it's happening so fast. I can't remember what needs doing. Rust. No, that's force of habit. Screen wash. The washer pump doesn't work. Ignition system service. We need to just go through the ignition system. Oil change. Fair enough. What else? Wheel nuts. That's it. That's crazy. Quick look around underneath for anything obviously wrong. We're done. We're done. You need a wash. You deserve a wash. We'll give him a wash. So that's our washer pump just there. Easy to get a meter on if we need to, but I'm just going to see. Let's bang the key on, give that stalker stamp, and see if we can hear anything. Totally dead. I'm wondering if that's stuck. Just a gentle one. Just had a bit of arthritis. It do happen. All right, let's throw some water in there, make sure the pickup's not blocked. Yep, that's blocked. Blast the worst of the, get as much of this. Ugh. Get as much of the complexes and syndromes blown out of that as we possibly can. Legionella City. There's like a eldritch horror living in there. That looks like death. I'm gonna have to really meticulously wash my hands. Ooh! No thank you. Out you get. Try next door. Right. Toilet cleaner, bleach. Some washing up liquid. Boiling water. I want to kill whatever's in there dead. Needless to say, I shan't be recreating the scene from Mr. Bean where I brush my teeth with the screen wash. See if the chunks are flowing clear now. What did I do? That's scalding water. It's really hot. It's really hot. It's really hot. Yeah, I mean, that water's brown. I don't know why, in particular, this happens with screen wash. I have always wondered why screen wash bottles always end up so absolutely toxic. Just anything that's going to block it up, really. That's got it. Back in the car. Okay, here we go. Great stuff. Very good. Yeah, we definitely need to look at blades. Nice. All right, so far so good. That's a bit of a result, actually. We've hit a spot of bother though off camera. This is a clutch slave cylinder. The good news is I've got more room. Not much, but some. Took him for a test drive. Everything's fine until you hit about 40 miles an hour in fourth and you roll into the throttle and the clutch starts slipping. Pulled back over. We've got brake fluid leaking out of the slave cylinder. The good news is the new one has the bleed nipple moved to a better location. So hopefully this is going to be a bit more straightforward. Why did I say that? That was stupid. That was really stupid. All right, now we've got our return spring out of the way and I forgot to put my mics on. We need to just have a look at this flexi. So, okay, can't get to that. Great. So what size are these? They are, yeah, that's the 13/23. I shan't be taking questions on that. That's the size. Damn it, that's too big. Oh, for crying out loud. I don't know what we're gonna do here. I'm just gonna try one thing. Give me 2 minutes. That's exhausting, but there we go. Okay, I've managed to shrink the socket down, so that should now, all right, I'm supposed to have consulted with the Wizards Bureau before I did that, but we haven't got time. The only trouble is we aren't now going to be able to get that bolt out of that socket. Extension out. Now, when you cast in this spell, you need to make sure that there are no flammable liquids nearby. The heat generated from this process could cause a fire. Okay, so, right, here we go again. Okay, that's lucky. Yeah, there you go, it comes straight off. Why didn't I just go and get another socket? Okay, out we come. Ooh, need to clean this up. Chance in a million of that coming undone. Oh, no way. All right. Sorry, Wendle, I keep doubting you. I've been hurt in the past by minis. It's not your problem, it's my problem. Very good. That is full of black clag, so yeah. Not Black Flag, that's the band. Yellow dry way. That's it. About an 80 grit. Sorry. Why am I not taking it out? Well, because I could charge the customer 45 minutes labour to get that split pin undone, because we've already had such a wonderful time with the split pins and clevis pins on this car. Or we clean it up in situ, which does the exact same thing, and now we're done. In real time, you see that? Happy days. Okay, him is quite a nice looking part, actually. I'm not going to reef on this, I just want it to seal. Always be thinking of the next guy, because the next guy, if you've done a good enough job, could well end up being you. Leave yourself some breadcrumbs. Right, that's all good. Pop that back in the end of that, like so. We'll take advantage of the air in the system now, because it gives us some squidge to get our bolts back in. How long are these flipping bolts? Good Lord. Click. Right, return spring should hook on this version, but it don't. Seriously, I've got good news for you guys. Nope, the other thing. This return spring doesn't fit. I don't trust that return spring as far as I can throw the old girl. And I'm not as strong as I look. I can't throw this very far, which means I don't trust it. We're gonna have problems, aren't we? We're gonna have problems, because that needs... Oh, you absolute legend. I love it when that happens. Welcome back to Skyrocket News at 9. This just in, Wendle's a bastard. More on that now. He broke his return spring for me. So now I get to go and... Oh, it's my favourite thing in the world. I wasn't expecting such a nice surprise this time of day on a Sunday. Well, working hard, and you know, nobody likes to work on a Sunday. It's nice to do something fun. So my favourite thing in the world now is that I need to go and find the right return spring. And the best part is, I can't do anything else until I have one. So that was really kind, Wendle. Thank you, mate. Bless his heart. Right, Wendle, you're not stopping me. Ignition service, let's go. You might have scuppered me on the clutch side of things. I don't play that game, my friend, I'm afraid. That's unfortunate for you, because, well, no, in all seriousness, I can't be annoyed with the car for that. That return spring was obviously going to let go. If anything, I'm grateful that old boy here gave us a heads up, because that could have left the owner by the side of the road. It's a sparkle plug situation. Ooh. I believe the owner has done a great deal of spannering on this car in the past, and I must say, I'm gonna say it, impeccable work, my friend. Nothing's over tightened, cross threaded or damaged. That plug, I'm surprised that even fired. We got stale petrol. So we're gonna keep these plugs for the owner's consideration. I like to give the customer their spark plugs back so that they can have a look, see how they feel. I mean, this guy, how is he running? It actually kind of smells nice. It smells a bit like gummy bears. That chemically, slightly sweet smell. Things don't look abysmal down in there. They sure are a little oily in them old pots, but we're going to send it. It might just need a drive. Rattle the plugs in here. Now, spark plugs will have a tightening spec on them. Spark plugs, NGK in particular, will have a shoulder profile. This has got the little seam around the middle of it, so it's the one on the right, a half to 2/3 of a turn after hand tightening. We're going to go for half, because this head clearly is quite happy having its plugs just nipped up, and I don't want to go ape shit. Just there. That's it. That's all they need to be. So I'm going to just whistle the cap off. Ooshed. Right. Dizzy cap is howling. Don't think we have a spare. We don't have a spare. Okay. We're going to need to give this a clean up. Points are a little corroded looking, but not terrible. Oh, great. Yeah. I mean, this is potentially the cause of a couple of little coughs and splutters. That's welded in there. Don't weld your diff, weld your distributor cap. Yeah, she's got the limited slip ignition system. Oh no. Okay, we're gone. Just dispose of that responsibly. We've got a lot of scaling building up in there, so that all needs cleaning. God, I love the smell of isopropyl alcohol. It's already getting better. Yeah, it's just furring from being sat in the damp, I think. British cars get this a lot. I don't just mean British made cars, I mean cars in Britain suffer this a lot. I think it's the humidity in the air. I mean, you don't need to watch me clean a dizzy cap, let's be honest. Nobody wants that. All right, we're making good progress, so naturally it's going to start raining now. Just a quick one, what I've done, took the handbrake off, put the car in 4th gear, pushed until I saw the top dead centre marker show up on the pulley. That now tells us roughly where number 1 is, so we know that number 1 is going to be in this corner here. Let's go and get our dizzy cap. There's an indentation here that lines up with that tab there. Minty. Right, so something worth noting is we know that that's number 1. Boom. Sorted. These turn anti-clockwise, and the firing order is 1, 3, 4, 2. So yeah, you're going to go anti-clockwise. We get our leads on. These are very spanky, aren't they? Look at them. Very nice. Right, we're going to just check for lengths. Make sure nobody's obviously shorter than anybody else. No, we're good. Right, there's one here. This one goes to the coil. That's what we call the king lead. So he goes over there for now. That guy goes on the cap. This guy goes on the plug. Number 1, number 1, number 1, number 1, number 1. Here we go. Right, number 1. Oh yeah, I mean that's another 30 horsepower. So what was the firing order? Cheers. Just extra style points. They come with this little clip. And we want to be mindful to not get in the way of the dipstick. This clip will help with that. Keeps them organised, stops them flapping in the breeze, but also helps to just retain everything in a more reasonable place. Now at this point, Lucas coil. Very nice. He's gold though. He is gold. I'm not sure if I've fully confirmed whether this car is an Imperial car or a metric car at this point. It all just sort of kludges together. Right, we're going to trim that off because that doesn't fit on there very well. Ah! Do you see what I mean about the cables? You've just got to take your eye off the ball for 2 seconds and you just get massacred. It's like going to London. This white one goes to the positive terminal. This white and black one goes to the negative terminal. I'm sure we're not going to see any adverse effects from that whatsoever. One coil that weighs almost nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that chances are it's drained all its oil out. It's a Delco. That's down there now. Woohoo! Look at you. Very fancy, Wendle. I've got to say, my friend, that is gold and red. Looks good on you, boss. Whistle this one in as well so it can't tip on us. That's on, we're good. King lead. He's a short king, but he is still a king. Right, I'm going to push that boot on there, make sure the water that Alex is... Right, let's have another go at this. The water ingress that was designed in by Alex is I can't do it. It is... Anyway, these get wet, very wet indeed. You want to make sure that all this stuff is sealed up. May as well just pretty up our vacuum situation a little further. Yeah, that's miles better. May as well put the airbox back on because we're not doing anything with the clutch today, are we? Wendle, old boy, old mate, old buddy, old pal. Have you been on fire at some point? No, it's probably just age. Oh, I am getting really bored of that. Do smoke on the water instead. Coil, we've cleaned the dizzy cap. Plugs are in, everything's at TDC, everything should be in the right place. New HT leads, fix the vacuum leak. So I think this isn't going to end this way. Stop cracking me on the nut. Am I clear of the bonnet yet? Good. Right, we may as well see how he runs. Get rid of any potential spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle. Ignition live, little choke, not loads of choke. Just as dead as a doornail. Why? But why? This all plugged in okay? Ugh. All right, that was gungy. There we go. Ooh. Instantly so much better already. Right, that's no choke on a cold engine. All right, little buggy, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Have yourself some fuel. Night and day. I would test drive him, but we can't, can we? Oh, it's just buttery, isn't it? I can't even be mad at the guy for blowing out his return spring. All right, come off choke now. There we go. I don't want to punish those new spark plugs. Might as well whack his ignition column back on because we know everything's all right on that front. And then we're gonna have to push him over there because he won't drive now. Clutch pedals down. I'll see you on, well, Monday, Tuesday, next year. I have no idea because we're at the mercy of the British mail system now. Sorry, I went somewhere else then. I'll see you on Monday. No, I'll see you soon. All right, we're still waiting on the clutch slave cylinder spring. So we're just kind of muffing about at this point, just trying to get stuff done. Morning went, ooh. So that is body hollowingly bad. I'm not doing a Derek impression, by the way. It's bad. You know when people leave their washing in their washing machine overnight because they're too bone idle to get it out and it doesn't air, and then they walk around with musty clothes, which is just disrespectful and gross to your fellow person as far as I'm concerned. It's howling. It's howling. That needs vax. That needs vaccine. Right, but we got the wheel nuts. Okay. So how's things going with your digestion, all right? You sure? Okay. No, I wasn't sticking my nose in, I was just checking. So, let's see what goes on here. As you can see, there's quite a difference. These have got a through hole type arrangement, type deal, type beat. These have got tapers for probably the original Steelies. So, they ain't got washers, have they? They've got washers. I should have checked. That was naughty. I didn't check. I'm having a strange day today. As I was just saying on the Pandora video that I also filmed some of today, not to tell you too much about how the sausage is made, the power's down here. My building has only got a couple of years in it. Basically, they're pulling them all down. They're nearly 100 years old. It's a shame, but they're pulling them all down and putting new stuff in, and they've actually started building the new site up there. It's going to be a few years yet, but long story short, they went through a cable a couple of weeks ago and the whole site lost power, and they did it again today. So yeah, that's great for me. Chuffed to bits about that. Uh-oh, we got a plobrum, I think. I don't think those are the right wheel nuts, which is great, because these aren't the right wheel nuts either. I'm gonna go get my jack, see if we can centre that wheel up a bit more. Yeah, not even close. Awesome sauce. Today's going really well. All right. All right. Okay, I can hear you typing. We can't all know everything all of the time. I've got some bad news. What I thought was a revised slave cylinder to not have the bleed point in a really stupid place. Actually, no, it's just wrong. It's just the wrong slave cylinder. So that's good. That's great. So what that's going to go ahead and mean is we need to do all of that again. I don't see a problem with that if you don't. Is what it is. So the good news is we now have a nice return spring, which was on the way out anyway. He's going to actuate on this. We can steal the anchor tab from the old slave cylinder. These things happen. It's not the end of the world. Thankfully, as per always, Richard at Manor Garage got me out of the shit because it's Friday today. And obviously I wouldn't be getting this part again until next week. And I've already waited, I'm not joking, for a spring to show up in the post. So I'm done waiting around. I've had enough. We're getting on. We're driving this car around site today. It's going to be done. Probably going to spare you the heartache of having to watch me do that a second time. So I'll see you back here when the new slave cylinder's in. Right, we're back in. Time to bleed it and see where we get. Okay, let's see if he feels like firing up. Hello, Wendle. Let's go. What is this about? Years of experience in the classic car industry's taught me if you want a car to start, you have to connect the battery up. Yeah. It's just so much happier. Now that's no choke, and he's relatively cold. It's a warm day, but you know what I'm saying. Right, we're going to let the cooling system pressurise, and we're just going to see if we've got any little leaks. And then after that, we've got some headlights we need to put in because his eye fell out. They're only temporary, they're LEDs, they're hideous. The owner's not happy about them either, but they've sent them up just so that we've got lights that aren't going to fall out on the motorway. Was that bird poo? So we've had a bit of a nightmare trying to find the right wheel nuts, as you saw earlier. We found some, now we've got to wait for them to come in. I don't feel like making you guys wait another week to watch me put some wheel nuts on, alright? So, this is it. Oh, don't tell me these are wrong as well. Well, how are they supposed to fit in? Because there's no tabs. Right, nothing but net as far as parts for this car so far. These lights don't have any fitting kit shipped with them. I don't know why the company that supplied the lights would do something like that because there's no way to attach them to anything. So we're just going to have to try and glue your eye back on, fella. The original adhesive is gone. So, right, after much scraping and buggering about, I think we're in a position where we can look at gluing this on as best we can. So, let's go for it. I'm going to get my really super duper super duper super glue, super duper glue, super glue. Now we wait. Going anywhere nice this weekend? What you been up to? Great, good. No, lovely. No, that's really good to hear, thank you. And these little pressings, very cool, look. We really used to put some effort in when we built cars back in the day. Of all these aluminium stampings. The Series 2 Allegro grill is just a work of art as far as a stamping. These aren't far off, actually, I like that. I like that very much. Do you feel like holding that on your own now, Wendle? We'll see, won't we? We're gonna have to see, mate, I'm afraid. Needless to say, we won't be indulging him in his usual bonnet situation until that's well and truly dried. I'm gonna just pop this in there like so. So if it tries to fall out, it's cushioned and it won't drop out of the actual situation. Well, we're basically there. We've got one thing left to do now, and that's wheel nuts. Wheel nuts was a bit of an adventure, actually, I must admit. That's terrible grammar. Shocking. Wheel nuts was... You get what I'm trying to say. These wheels are very nice. They're made by Exacton, I think. Long story short, they require a particular wheel nut that took some hunting. The ones that came with the car aren't correct. It makes perfect sense that you would go for mini light wheel nuts because you'd expect them to be around that kind of style, but the holes are ever so slightly too narrow and the wheels are much thinner than conventional mini lights. So not only are the wheel nuts too long, can't even get them through the holes anyway because they're too narrow. So they're on the way. So I think it's time that we reward this little fella with a decent wash. This paint's disgusting. I don't intend at all on getting rid of any of the awesome patina. It's got lots of awesome patina that's still going to be there when we finish cleaning it. But I do want to surprise the owner. Now, on that point, very cool. This video's going out much later than I initially planned. I'd apologise for that, but the end result's going to be much cooler. The owner thought it would be great to come and pick the car up on camera. So that's what we're going to do. We'll see you soon. This is going to be a balls basic clean. I just want to get the filth off of it really. Washing up liquid water to knock the big lumps of bird shit off, and then we'll set to with a polish. Right, time lapse. So as we can see already, what a change. The paint's still very chalky, but it's not brown anymore. Case in point, like it's just all this compressed gack. Yeah, that's made quite a difference. Colour's coming back, sheen's coming back. You can really see the difference there, look. Worth doing, let's go. Yeah, I'm super happy with that. I can't believe how blue most of the paint is. Obviously, there's a few age-related marks, there's a few dust-ins along the way. He's had a long life and a lot of trips, a lot of adventures. That's to be expected, but I don't know. If I was picking this thing up after sitting since before lockdown, I'd be pretty pleased to see that. I feel we've done him a service. Wheel nuts, mirror, centre caps, and we're good to go. I'm gonna go and park him up and go home for a well-deserved beer, I think. I feel we might have got him nice and reliable. That's a happy sounding A-series right there. Okay, it's time. Wendle's off. Here's Paul. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Carl.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you at last. It's been too long.
Absolutely. As you can see from the mic setup, this is a deeply professional operation. So how far do we have? How far does Wendle have to drive, Paul?
Let's put it in these terms. What is it? It's 10:30 in the morning. I left home at 7 o'clock last night to get here. So I've taken a train up to Swindon. I overnighted in Swindon tonight, and then a particularly long bus journey up from Swindon to get here, and then a rather pleasant walk over from Kingston Bagpues. And then I walk around the corner and see the car that I parked up, 5 years ago, I was expecting to be covered in dust and half falling apart. I've not seen this car since May last year. It's been outdoors for the bulk of the time that it's been stored, which hasn't really done it any favours. And I was expecting to find something pretty tatty, and I've been watching with interest Carl's videos and sort of the work that he's been doing along the way on the mechanical front, but I wasn't expecting the car to look this good at all. I'm really grateful for what you've done to it.
Oh no, it's my pleasure. It's the least I could do. I've done a terrible thing, because this is part of the ritual, really. Your keys, my friend.
Thank you.
No problem whatsoever. Thank you so much.
I'm going to keep you informed as sort of our journey home today. She's not a motorway car by any stretch of the imagination, and I spend far too much of my life on the motorway anyway, so it's going to be a nice little gentle plod down the A303 today. See how it goes, regular stops, and I'll keep you updated as how things go on the way home. Part of the history of the car, the man that sort of saved her from her hibernation and put her back on the road.
That's such a great feeling to hear that, because it has been in the family since new, hasn't it?
Yeah, so it got passed down. My mother-in-law stopped driving, I don't know, maybe about 2002, 2003, and it was sat in my father-in-law's garage. It got to the point where it had been there and it hadn't moved for a couple of years, and he said to me one day, I need to get this thing off to the scrapyard, get rid of it. And I was like, you can't scrap that.
Absolutely.
So we took it on, even though we had nowhere for it. So up until I parked it up here, because I was working in the area, it had quite a bit done to it in terms of keeping it going and keeping it maintained and that sort of thing. But since 2019, with work and family and stuff like that, and house moves and job changes and things like that, it's just I've just neglected it. So it's what we've done here is a fantastic start. Next phase will be trying to sort out the bodywork, sort of get on top of the corrosion, which for a car of its age ain't that bad.
I think it's great. Yeah. My
son turns 17 in October next year.
Yep.
He doesn't even know I'm here today, which is the best bit. So I'm going to try and capture the look on his face when he comes home this evening, because he is going to be made up when he sees this car.
That's
absolutely
so awesome.
Made up.
That is great. I think you'll make it, Wendle. You best behave, my friend. Should we have a look under the bonnet?
Yeah, that's a good place.
Awesome. We did change that heater valve in the end.
Yeah.
It works perfectly. That was a situation, but that all seems right as rain now. The gold Lucas coil looks the bollocks.
Yep.
We didn't go right through the carburetor because it just didn't seem to need it, and I didn't want to introduce a fault.
Good flush out and
100%. Yep. Just
free everything up.
Blew it down with brake cleaner. Found 2 massive vacuum leaks. Now it doesn't have an air leak. It goes like stink.
She was always a little bit hesitant in that if you wanted to get going, you always needed to poke the accelerator a couple of times to sort of introduce a bit more fuel mixture a bit to get her going. But once she was going and she started to draw, then she'd seem all right. So that if she was getting a little bit too much air in, that would obviously make her suggest she was always running a bit lean.
Absolutely.
And that would kind of explain how she was driving before she was parked up. Well, I think before I head off, we probably need to just flap around the block a couple of times. Great if you could come along for the first little run out as well.
Definitely. I believe I'm locked out, by the way. Much appreciated.
We have lights, we have neutral. Let's put the clutch in, take a little bit of extra strain off the starter. That's purring. Right, indicator's on the wrong side, must remember that. Oh, yes. Oh, this car just makes you want to giggle, doesn't it?
It really does.
Happy little sound that it makes.
Yeah, I love the exhaust note on a Mini.
Waffly, 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 waffly.
Exactly.
Driving a hell of a lot better than when she was last moved, and she's driving a hell of a lot better than when she was parked up in 2019. So.
Oh, that's brilliant to hear. Smooth, that's the thing. I was so shocked when I first found that air leak and took it out for a test drive, because I was used to giving it a little bit more throttle than you would expect to, So that's exactly what happened. But obviously now the power's all available.
Well, you know what, travelling this distance to go and get in a 46-year-old car that's been parked up for 5 years or whatever, and then jumping in it and driving it nearly 200 miles home, some would consider that brave. some would consider it a bit daft, but I've certainly got the confidence that I need.
I would consider it the best job in the world, personally, because a lot of people panic and they just want to put it on a truck. But I always consider it a bit like the old, you know, the old Fodens, how they had to do a certain run up a certain hill with a certain load before they got their Foden badge. For me, a car's not finished from skyrocket until it can drive home under its own steam.
Under its own power.
Yeah. There's no sense in going through all this effort of fixing up a car that you're never going to drive because you can't trust it, sort of thing. Quite happy just pottering.
Sounds a bit distressed then. So.
Can't believe how well it handles the country lanes and stuff. What a cracking test drive. That test drive went well.
Yeah, no, really impressed with that.
Absolute pleasure. No problem.
Yeah, what you've done's amazing. This isn't the last you've seen of the car. Yeah, for hopefully for all the best reasons. But give a chat later on and let you know how we're progressing back down to the sunny West Country. Right.
Excellent.
I'll see you in a bit.
Pleasure. Take care, Paul.
Bye.
A part of me was a little bit gutted that I didn't get to take Wendle on his maiden voyage, but it was just great to know that he was doing it. Look at the thing go, man. Quality. I love this map. We did have a small hiccup.
Okay, not entirely unexpected. We just had our first little problem. Fan bell's gone. Had a couple of little squeaks as we were driving along, and then heard the twang and the little red light saying no charge came on. So we've got another one on board. Let's see what we can do about getting this rolling again.
Alright, Wendle's fan belt got a bit snappy, so we're off out to Poole. He made it reasonably far actually, got to Shrivenham. Yeah, long story cut short, I found Euros have got one, allegedly, in stock that's the right length. So I've got some sockets, most importantly I've got my cigarettes, and yeah, see you in a bit. So I'm in Euro car parts right now, hopefully it's the right part, because they've let me down like this in the past, but fingers crossed. Also, it's so quiet here. On my way now, Paul. This one's 825mm as well, which is, that's perfect, that's the size it's meant to be. Oh, 11 quid as well. It's not even like it costs loads of money. I may have to grab some fuel, I'm not sure, we'll see how we go, but I'm on the way to you now. Belt whistled in and quite happy, Wendle was back on his way, and would you believe, just made his way through Great Britain. Just ate up the miles, and I was actually getting a little bit nervous because I hadn't heard from Paul for quite a while, but I had a feeling that obviously if there was a problem, Paul would have let me know, so that was cool. I don't know, man, I just get a little bit anxious about these things. I should have known better. That's a good car. Look at the old boy, very smugly pulling in for a little break because he's earned it. This car has been off the road since before lockdown. He cracked a maximum elevation of 312 metres above sea level. Topped out at 96 kilometres an hour. I'm going to have to do the calculations on that. Telegraph Hill. I love driving down Telegraph Hill. Mile after mile. Now the big reveal.
We've made it. We are just about to drive into my street, and my son Tom has no idea that we've been up to Oxfordshire today to pick this car up. She's done 185 miles today on her first day back on the road in a very long time. Let's see what the response is. Here we go.
way. I need to get shoes. No, soft shoes. Look. Oh my god, it's so much smaller than I remember.
She's done well today. I've just driven that car 185 miles with only one breakdown as well.
Huh. Look at this. That smell I remember from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I can't believe it.
Still got the old broken fan belt on the back seat.
Oh my god, my dear little Mini. Oh god, I'm wonderful.
This is amazing.
As you can see, that was quite the trip that Wendell made there. Very, very impressed with that little old boy. That was fantastic. Thank you so much, Paul, for just being a great sport with the whole thing. Couldn't have imagined this video would have ended as well as it did without Paul's foresight. The maps, I mean, that's super posh. That's very posh. Don't be getting too used to seeing stuff like that on this channel. I never would have thought of that. Over the moon. This is why I do it. It's a great feeling to be able to reunite a family with their beloved family heirloom at this point. Paul, thank you so much. It was a pleasure dealing with you, my friend, and if you ever need anything, you know where I am. Tom, enjoy the car. I'm sure you're going to do just fine with your driving lessons. Your dad clearly knows what he's doing with the pedals and the... I'm sure you'll be fine. Enjoy the Mini. I hope it serves you as well as it served your relatives before you. I'm sure it will. That is a fantastic little car. I'm a little bit jealous. Kind of got a hankering for a Mini. No, I can't. I've just bought something else made by British Leyland and it needs a lot of welding, so a Mini is not on the books right now. Anyway, thank you so much for watching Skyrocket Automotive. As always, you can find videos and subscribe. I'm crap at this bit. Sorry. I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye. Well done, Wendell. Cheers, mate. See you later. All the best.